Welcome back to Cherry Picking Fantasy Hockey Podcast presented by Owner's Box. Today we are doing probably our last mock draft for the season. Exciting. Season's coming up. And we got big news. Because of you guys getting us 300 likes, we said we are going to do a giveaway. Man of our words, we are going to do a giveaway. We are giving away a jersey of your choice and $50 of on-site credit for Owner's Box. All you have to do is sign up for Owner's Box, enter our NHL salary cap contest, use promo code NHL10. It actually gets you a free entry, so free to play. Top prize gets $1,000 if you win.
$1,000. Why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you do it?
Hey, $1,000. That'll do. That'll do. So go to ownersbox.com, sign up, send us your username at ownersbox on social media, and you'll be entered to win a jersey of your choice.
Like you said, it's free, right?
Yeah, it's
and NHL 10.
Mm-hmm.
Free entry.
NHL 10. Jersey of your choice, Drew. What would you pick?
Ooh, probably Jesse Puljujarvi Oilers jersey.
That's what you'd go with. Of anyone you could pick.
I have so many Oilers jerseys already. That's the one I really want.
I sort of want a Kaprizov jersey, to be completely honest.
That'd be kind of cool.
But I'd go with those retros from last year.
That'd be sick.
I want an Arizona Coyote. I don't know. I'm waiting for
the new Coyotes home.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, with the Chikrin. Oh,
the Chikrin for you. That's what you would get.
That'd be a sick jersey too.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
But yeah, so we're doing a points league here.
Yep, points league mock draft. I have the 3rd overall pick. Brody's 1st overall. We got Jeremy at 12. So we got a couple guys in the front, one guy in the back. And then we got some members of the office here drafting in the middle. We'll mention their picks as well.
Exciting. I know Avery. He's been sort of a sleeper over there.
Every draft, Avery just says that he won it.
Yeah.
Every draft we do.
He's good for like the first 8 rounds. Kind of falls off a cliff after 8, but
he has a lot of panic
value.
picks. He has panic picks for
yes,
sure.
Yes. But yeah, we're going to attack this draft like we usually do. Hopefully you watched our round by round draft strategy video. That really actually kind of helps me now, like attacking. Now I know, like in the 3rd round, I know I like DeBrincat. So I'm thinking 3rd round, I'm taking DeBrincat. But I think that video will help a lot. If you haven't watched it, go watch it because it actually, like, I think it will help a lot of people when they're drafting.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the difference in these and our other mocks is just as we get closer, there's a few guys who the ADP starts to rise, a few guys that start to fall. So hopefully gives, right before you actually enter your draft, that last piece of information.
Yeah.
I guess if it's starting in 10. So I went first just because in the last ones we've done, I've been going later. And I like drafting later where I wanted to just switch it. So obviously taking McDavid to start, but then the other rounds get interesting when you're picking from the beginning and not the end. Yeah. I'll just do it. I'll pick McDavid.
I really want to see someone's team drafting in the 1 because I feel like I'm interested in that 2nd, 3rd turnaround. I think it's so crucial. But
switch it up a bit.
Brody went McDavid 1. Gavin in the office here went McKinnon 2. I was 3. I took Draisaitl. I have a point to make here, and I think it's that your league should consider a 3rd round reversal. In that the 3rd round switches the order because the first couple picks are so good, especially McDavid.
You always throw in the most random ideas.
No one in their right mind. I wouldn't even know how to adjust the settings.
So there's a lot of.
You think you could do that on Yahoo
platforms? Yeah, just one click. So it switches the order for the 3rd round.
One click.
I think it's
you're probably right. That's the thing. You're right. We're just giving you shit.
You mean well, but how many leagues will actually do that?
The person that gets McDavid has just such an advantage going into the year that they should just be bumped down the 3rd round. Look at the early 4th round pick.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know. Just a thought. Draisaitl was the clear pick at 3. There's a clear top 4.
Panarin went 5.
Yep.
Is that our own T-Mac over there picking Panarin that early? Big Panarin guy.
I mean, in this range, guys are kind of going in a certain way, but like between Panarin to Pasternak, any of them can be the top one this year. I don't think it's too egregious.
I agree.
Yep. So we had Rantanen 9. Avery took Makar 10. He's been listening to a lot of Cherry Pickin over there. Loves Makar as well, just like us.
Where is he here? I'm going to go Barkov. I've been big on him all year. And I am going to go Brad Marchand.
You love Brad Marchand.
I think it's just like, his floor. Like he's playing on that top line still. Pasta's going to be healthy this year for a full season. I think it's just somewhere. And also he plays the left wing position, so I combine him with the center.
Interesting thing about Marchand is that his points totals per game have been climbing over the last couple of years. So it's not even like he might not even seen a ceiling.
Yeah, not even a regression. I mean, the regression's going to come eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
Just with him and Bergeron getting up there. Yeah. But I still like it right now.
Another guy, I probably would have went Marchand or Marner, to be completely honest. I know you like Marner, Brody.
That was all I was going to say, but it's not really a, you're higher on Florida than I am. It makes sense. A lot of people are. that's where Barkov and Huberdeau are going.
Crosby.
Then Ovechkin, Crosby. So that's part of, seeing Crosby rise. Is that even rising for him? I might be speaking out of turn, but I just know with the Malkin injury. Like, he went from early third to right here, late second, at least.
You're the one who was talking about his playing better when Malkin's out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have taken him if he fell. The only reason I wouldn't, if you're first, is you already have a center. But, I mean, you can fill out that other slot, too. Did you get Carlson, Drew? No, it got taken
No,
from
Carlson got taken. He was ranked 38th here, but someone reached. That's who I was going with. So I'm going to pivot to Kaprizov in the late second. I
hate that for you.
I still
Hate
think it's
that.
a good
Too
pick.
early.
No.
So
Kaprizov
you could
in the
probably just
second.
wait, and I think this
Who
is a
would you
point
rather
two.
take?
This is a point two on your leagues. I'm picking twice. If you're playing with buddies and you know what they like, like I'm not picking Kaprizov, and you know that with either of these.
Yeah.
Could you potentially wait and have gotten one of these
No,
guys?
Gavin could have taken him. He was the best player on the
Maybe,
board.
but is
Yeah.
it?
But
It's tough.
who do I like more? I don't like anyone
That's
more.
all I'm saying. You can wait. So
Who should I have taken instead?
You're a Kaprizov lover.
Who should I have taken instead?
Um,
If you guys are hating it, who should I take instead?
probably.
I'm just saying you could potentially wait and get him.
I wouldn't.
anyways.
I wouldn't mind even if you took Adam Fox.
Not a big Adam Fox guy.
Okay.
I mean, Zibanejad, I guess, too inconsistent for me. Just the way it is. I think Kaprizov's worth a second-round pick. I'm going to take him there.
Okay.
I like him more than Svechnikov for sure.
But that's fair. If you know I'm taking Svechnikov,
And the Svechnikov would be
I
the other
just
guy.
mentioned it. If you know that about your buddies, that's all I'm saying is
Yeah.
you could have potentially gotten him here.
Okay.
Boy, to Brinkat stolen.
God damn it.
Adam Fox. I mean, I don't like Adam Fox, but I guess it's Adam Fox or Dougie Hamilton. I'm going to go with Dougie Hamilton. I like him more than Adam Fox.
Dougie Hamilton shoots
So
a ton.
many shots.
Did you see? Oh man, who came up on? Someone came out with something on Adam Fox saying he was the smartest player he's ever played with. I think it might have been
I don't know who that was.
Quinn Hughes.
Quinn
I'd
Hughes?
like to say. I don't want to say.
You
That's
don't
not
wanna
it.
commit.
But anyway, so
All I've seen with Fox is I think people just know with the Norris, it's really hard to win back to back, and it's kind of considered in the league. Like I don't think they like doing that where he may not have a regression, but he's just not going to win the Norris again.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Stop me if you've heard this before, but we're through. I've got my third-round pick already in the bank. I have now switched my queue here from skaters to the defenseman page, and I will only be looking at the defenseman page here for a few rounds.
yeah,
Don't like that.
because you love defensemen.
I like
You know
defensemen too, but I feel like you're
It's
you're
the
forcing
way I
yourself
am.
into it.
I'm not forcing myself. There's only a few elite guys, so this is where I am. I'm going to take some defensemen here with my next couple picks.
Still like seeing everyone.
I
I like
mean,
to see the board.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
see the
stick
board.
the
I'll
guys
take a
on the
last
board.
second look to make sure no one's falling dramatically.
So all these guys in the third round, I think it's the one round where I look at it and I'm like fourth, fifth round. You can, to me, it's like you're kind of getting the same quality of player.
No, yeah, I completely.
You just
agree
got
with that.
Pacioretty sniped on you. I feel like you would have went with him.
I do like Pacioretty. I think DeBrincat or Pacioretty were my like third round targets, sort of thing. Oh man, what do I want to do here? I think in a points league, I like going Quinn Hughes here, and then
Quinn Hughes.
I don't mind the line stack here with Patrice Bergeron.
You guys like Quinn Hughes more than Yossi and Theodore?
Yes, in a
I
points
do.
league. Mm-hmm.
I think looking at the context of your team too, like Bergeron, would you have picked him if you don't have Marchand? Or is it kind of...
I think it's If I didn't, I wouldn't have picked Bergeron
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't have Marchand. I think it's more just banking on that line.
Yeah, and I think that's solid where if you've got, center left wing, you pick a D
Yeah.
out of I don't have any, potentially you like the guy, and then you get Bergeron where to win in a 12-team league, if that line goes off, you're going to need that line to go
Yes.
off because you have Marchand, so you might as well get the other portion
Yeah.
of it, right?
Yeah, if Marchand's playing well, Bergeron's playing well.
Yeah.
Like it's just the nature of hockey, right?
Yeah.
Lines on, lines on. I don't see them splitting up that line at all.
I do like Bergeron a bit more in a categories league, but points league is still solid. It is a little bit concerning, though. Is this the year he starts to fall off? Who knows?
I don't know. Like it's like what's going to be really different? Is the skating? Is he going to be slower this year?
I mean, but yeah, you're right. He was never fast to begin with.
Yeah.
But everyone from that 2003 draft, right? Stahl, Nash, Getzlav, Perry, everyone else seems to have regressed. He seems to be the last man
I
standing.
think
right?
it's just Nash, Getzlav, Perry. look at they're playing with Marchand or Pasternak.
Yeah.
Like I think if you put Ryan Getzlaf on that line with Pasta and Marchand, he puts up points.
Maybe not Bergeron
Yeah,
level,
maybe
but
not
he puts up
I don't
points.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely is doing the best at all of them. I'm going to go Roman Josi here in the 4th round. I think that's a steal.
We had him in the 5th, right, as our target.
I think the 4th.
Was it the 4th?
Yeah. So I've started Draisaitl, Kaprizov, Hamilton, and Josi. I think this is a dream start.
Yeah, and so this is one for me where just looking at the categories of the league, like I end up taking Zibanejad because I would have taken him mid-second round, and I feel like he fell. Now I can't take centers where Pettersson's the guy I like the most on the board that's left, but like I can't fit him in.
Man.
It's tough.
See, I drafted early 4th, and I love Pettersson.
Yeah.
Like middle 4th is like, but I was in the worst spot to take Pettersson.
Pettersson, like that's the only forward that's in my queue.
If you get Pettersson in the 5th, that's insane.
You might.
Insane.
Gavin's sitting over there probably hearing us. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, he already has 2 centers.
Oh, there we
So
go.
maybe not.
So Shesterkin. Bad at names.
Yeah,
I like
Gavin,
the Rangers this year.
3
Gavin
centers. So
took
he goes
Pettersson.
3 centers, of course, because he heard us, right?
Yeah. Shea Theodore, they're showing a little like injured logo here. I don't know. Is there something I don't know about Shea Theodore's injury?
I have no goddamn clue.
He's not on my list because I'm not sorted by defensemen. So you're too far
Shea
down for me
Theodore is
now.
my pick. Hopefully, I mean, this is just a mock draft. I'll look into the injury after, but assuming he's healthy, I like him in the 5th round for sure.
So you're doing your heavy defenseman. People were praising you and hating you.
Oh, yeah. That
Right?
was,
They were praising and hating.
that got us the engagement.
Yeah.
Like it was love or hate.
Okay.
No, that's good, Drew. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Any more hot takes?
Hot takes.
Holy
Jacob
wait.
Chikrin, 20 goals this year. He's had it last
Why is
year.
he
He's got
not in
twice
your
as many
queue?
goals.
Yeah, why is he
Yeah, why
not
is he
picked?
not
He's
your
next.
next
He's
guy?
next.
Okay.
But with the ADP in this lobby, you got to play the ADP on the platform you play on, right?
Is he
He's
actually going in the 6th?
No, Chikrin's going in the 8th or 9th round. So definitely I take Theodore first.
Yeah,
Chikrin was
no.
my next pick.
I agree. Jared's going to pick your guy.
You 100% know the guys that are listening and going to take him.
Yeah,
on.
I know. That's okay. That's the way it rolls. Hamilton, Josi, and Theodore as your defensive core. I mean, you're set up for success. And you can start. There's so much depth at wing and center that you can take
and
those later.
part
on.
of the like critique on it was if you go that extensive, you're almost giving up some upside because like the thing in taking a D wherever, like even first round, if you're taking Makar, he's not going to get as many points likely as Panarin or Pasternak.
But it's points per the drafts. You can't put a high scoring forward in the defensive spot. Right?
I know.
So it's points per the slot on.
But
it's
are you
maximizing
giving
points
up
per slot
almost
in your lineup?
Are you almost giving up so much if you do that you're just missing?
I'm doing 3rd, 4th, and 5th round though, right? So it's like first couple rounds I'm doing forwards.
and you're
making
taking
sure-
Chikrin.
Yeah.
No, I haven't taken Chikrin yet in the first 5 rounds.
We know you're going for him.
Yeah, in the 6th round for sure.
I am going to go. I don't love the board. I do not love the board where I'm at. This might be a reach, but I love Jason Robertson this year.
No, it's not a reach at all. It's a solid pick.
And then I am going to go. Someone I'm also big on this year is Heiskanen.
I'm not high on Heiskanen at all.
I don't know. I think that okay, so
If
they're
you're
saying
high on one, you're almost high on the other.
Klingberg's on power
Dallas
play.
fan.
Klingberg's on power play,
That's the thing.
but Heiskanen puts up points not even on the power play, which is scary.
Yeah, that
Which is
good.
scary.
Do you think that if he plays power play 1 that is like he'll be worth a first round pick?
I think that Klingberg is older, could get injured. If he gets injured, then what is Heiskanen's actual value?
Yeah, but I would never go into a draft pick going this guy's
No.
value if the guy ahead of him gets injured.
No, I agree, but there also is talks about him putting up 50 points this year.
Yeah.
Not on PP1.
Yeah.
So if PP2 is playing better, they're just going to
I was
play
going to say,
PP2.
I think that's one team where
Of course, Avery takes
it's
Chikrin.
not
Yeah.
the Leafs where there's a clear-cut power play one with all the guys. Like, they ride the hot hand,
No.
right? So if Heiskanen's with Hintz and Robertson, to your point of even stacking guys that play together, could
Also,
make sense.
sometimes your hand is just forced. Like, the point of
Yeah.
the power play is to have your best guys. So what's stopping Dallas from going to a 2 defense power play one? Like,
They
what's
have
really
so
stopping
many top
Dallas?
forwards. They have Ben, Sagan, Radulov, Hintz, Robertson, and Pavelski. 4 of those guys are definitely 4 of those 6 are definitely playing power play. Sorry, just to
I guess
to fight-
it
to
also
argue the other
depends
side.
on, okay, like, how is our power play going to be set up? Like, is there a guy with a huge shot? And you look at that team, and there's not really a guy with a huge shot.
that's
so
fair.
But I
that's
think-
why people go with 4 forwards, because that forward has a lethal shot.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now while you pick Drew. I think like they are kind of set up to ride the hot hand where all the guys you mentioned are the ones with Klingberg. But who's to say Hintz and Robertson, I mean, they have more fantasy value. People are taking them earlier than they're looking at Seguin or Radulov. So who's to say that, you know, as it goes on, they don't become the first power play? They don't get more of the time, or at least a split.
Mm-hmm. So upcoming is a situation where I'm about to pick at the end of the 6th round. Brody has 2 picks at the turn in between. I'm looking to get Letang and probably Kopitar. I know he likes both of them, but I think he's probably going to go to defenseman first, so I'm probably going to take Letang, just knowing I probably won't get him on the turn.
You asshole.
Sorry, it's the
No,
way
it's
it rolls.
okay. It's fair enough. That was my point earlier on Kaprizov.
I'm agreeing with you.
That makes sense. I was going to take Letang.
This heavy defense strategy is wild.
Not at all.
Wild.
Not at all. I got it filled out now. 4 in the first 6 rounds.
One thing you
this time.
forgot, though. I already have 2 centers, so I can't take Kopitar.
Oh, see, I didn't look at your roster. That would have been good to know. 30 seconds to pick, though. It's crunch time in here.
Yeah. Also, I'm recording, so I have to be on the draft board. So I literally have 30 seconds to look at the players and pick who I want. It gets me ready though. It gets me prepared for when I'm actually in draft. I might actually recommend doing this on your own.
Yeah,
but I literally have 30 seconds when I'm in there to pick my guy.
So it's a guy I haven't been taking. I specifically was kind of against our very first video. If you go back and look, Sam Reinhart.
Yeah.
But I'm looking. I need to fill out some forward spots. I'm not necessarily against at that ADP. I don't think it's the best play, but I've already got a goalie.
He's got that wing
got my
too,
centers
right?
Covered. Yeah, exactly.
Center
He can fill in on the right wing.
I like that.
Do that. 30 seconds is tough.
Yeah,
Should have a
30
minute in your
seconds
own
is.
league.
Yeah, holy. I saw something on Twitter about there might be a lot of people doing the no goalie strategy. So you said read the room.
Yeah.
Because if a lot of people aren't, like, still take those value picks later. But it seems like it's going to be a very popular strategy this year.
I went with Nylander. I reached hard.
So Gavin has 4 centers right now.
Yeah.
4.
I was thinking about Seguin there for the center right wing eligibility. So now I'm kind of deciding between O'Reilly and Kopitar. I think I'm just going to go with O'Reilly.
I still find it's crazy how O'Reilly just doesn't hit. Like, I guess you just instantly think that he hits. But
Here's what it is. This is going to sound nuts. This is another one of those Drew nuts takes, okay? O'Reilly doesn't wear a visor. And in my head, that makes me think he has a ton of hits. Do you hear what I'm saying?
No.
That's not actually insane. Like the old school guys playing old school hockey.
Gritty.
He looks gritty because he doesn't have a
Got
visor.
the beard.
Yeah,
the
looks
beard,
like he hits.
no visor. He looks like he throws his body around. He doesn't at all.
It actually is crazy.
But this is a points league, right? Categories.
Yeah, that's true. It is. But then again, if it's a points with hits, right? He would be insanely valuable.
Yeah. The plus minus is incredible too for him.
Yeah, true.
For O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Still?
Even when
He was only
wasn't
plus
that good
5
last year.
No, the only thing, right?
Plus
Wasn't
20,
he? Plus
plus
26.
26.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Oh,
you're
wow.
that's
plus 26 last year.
No, wait. Oh, yeah. Plus 26. Wow.
Even
That's
St. Louis
crazy
was bad.
since St. Louis wasn't very good.
Yeah, that was just off the top
He
of
is
my head.
known
Figured.
as a great two-way center.
Yeah. I mean,
Klingberg.
Buffalo really gave him up for nothing.
No, they really did. They really did.
They got Carter Hutton and a pick. Jeez.
I think that brings up, has anyone taken Jack Eichel yet?
No.
No, and that's the thing. So his ADP falling. If you watch some of our earlier videos, I was higher on him, just assuming this kind of sorts itself out, that he gets the surgery he wants and it's coming back. It's not happening, so I don't know anymore what to do. Like he's gone from 60s to 70s. His ADP right now is 86. I don't know. I'm not taking him at 86 right now, where I was taking him at like 70 before.
Yeah. If anything, I'll take him as like a bench piece if that comes up,
Yeah.
but overall, I'm staying away.
Goalies seem to be like
I went with Caulfield there.
reading the room in just this mock draft. Goalies seem to be sliding a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely worth in any draft going in and seeing what other people are doing and feeling.
I mean, I don't really like the early goalie strategy. Definitely not the first 7 rounds. But in the 8th round, if
You need to fit in 4 defensemen, so how do you fit in the goalie?
in the 8th round, like if someone's really slid, like let's say like Shesterkin or even UC Saros has slid that far, I mean, I'd take a look. Like,
Yeah. I really like that Couturier pick.
yeah.
I think the closer we get to the season, I'm not as
Do you
high on
know
the Flyers
his-
as you, but I like Couturier.
He had him
My
on
must
must-draft
draft
center.
centers, his
Yeah.
ADP is 144 in the end of the 12th round.
That's insane.
I mean, he just won
imagine?
86. So I think
Yeah.
he's definitely someone who's been rising because of that 140
No,
doesn't
I'm agreeing
make
with
sense.
you. I'm agreeing with
Yeah,
you
yeah,
that he should
yeah,
go 86, not 144.
Yeah.
Just incredible that he's that low. Makes no sense at all. There goes Saros. So that was the one goalie I was considering. I mean, it looks like Kopitar might make it all the way back around.
You're whispering because you don't want the boys to take it.
Yeah.
There's no one from the room here ahead of me. So, yeah, Kopitar's still on the board. Kind of wild.
Cam Talbot. I
Horrible
don't think
pick.
I'd ever pick him.
Not with other guys that are still here.
Yeah.
Like, again, Florida, you think's a good team, so you think Knight's going to get some play if you believe in him. Toronto, regardless of what you think, is a playoff team.
Yeah.
Both their guys are still available. Minnesota may be a playoff team, but it's just...
Yeah. They also
There's
have
more uncertainty.
who's their backup there? Kakkonen? Is that how you say it?
That's how you say
Oh.
it. I don't want to commit in case that's the wrong guy, but
Kopitar is
they're in a
available
split.
at the end
Yeah,
of the
they're
eighth.
in a split, and Talbot just ended up beating him out at the end because he
Yeah.
was playing hot. But there's nothing saying that Talbot could just start the year shit and then he just
Yeah.
takes over a backup
No,
role.
exactly.
That's what I worry
It's less
about.
of a defined, like it's 50-50
Yeah.
best case,
Mhm.
unless he really wins it.
So I just got Kopitar at the end of the 8th round.
Wow.
I could.
Good for
I,
you.
I have the. No, I'm just
No,
saying.
that's a great pick if he
You can
falls.
move Drysdale down to the left wing spot and then have Kopitar and O'Reilly as my centers, so that works out.
Yeah. And
So-
between taking two defensemen here,
Who are you considering?
I took Pionk. I wanted him. And then it's, to me, Shabbat. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not.
If Ottawa's-
he
if
plays
Ottawa's
enough.
good
it's
this
him or
year-
Campbell for me. And I think since I already do have a goalie, like if I didn't have one at this point, I'm getting someone there. But since I do, I like Shabbat.
You just
Yep.
know that he's going to be PP1 all year. Like, there's no one on that back end that will take over
Yeah.
unless it's Brandstrom, and he's not ready to take over.
Yeah. I think
So-
the bad case is like,
It's plus
He
minus
plays-
leagues, he's a,
yeah.
a void, but
yeah, but he's playing 25 minutes a night. If
Yeah.
you have any belief in Ottawa, even if you don't, he's playing 25 minutes a night, and there's some talent on that team.
that's one of the top in the NHL. I think it's top 10.
This might be a bit of a reach, but I'm going Patrick Laine.
Like, do you think, does that
That's
lend itself to goals? Like, do you think they finish
I
top
think
10
it's just
goals?
like
Do you-
I think like just based off pure math, like the more time you're on the ice, the more chances you're going to get at scoring. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I look at it. Like it's like if they're going to play you in high leverage situations, you're going to be playing in the last 3 minutes of the game because we need a goal. You're bound to get a point or whatever.
yeah, here or there.
Like you're going to be the offensive defenseman on the side.
And you went with Lane.
Yeah. I was lining up Shabbat as my first bench defenseman. Then I pivoted to Laine.
To a forward.
See,
you
Sam
need.
Bennett goes in the 9th here, and I was thinking of taking him in the 8th.
This is a
but-
points league.
Yes, this is a points league.
You
I
still
think that
like Sam Bennett this high?
I still like him. Yeah, I think that he's gonna. Everything was trending upwards, and I think it stays that way.
Okay.
He can hit. He can shoot. He's going to be on PP1. I don't know how long that lasts, but
Yeah. I mean,
And I think it depends, I guess. There's really no chance he plays with Barkov. But if you have Huberdeau and you're high on
Yeah.
Florida, that's the likely spot for
Yeah.
him playing with Huberdeau, right?
Yep.
Again, just looking at who to balance. Because I think that's something, too. You look at where guys are going, who's falling to you, trying to find... I say that as I have no one on the same team right now, but trying to find
That's
some
why,
of those
yeah, I
lines
did
to,
the Bergeron.
to actually win, like to beat 11 other teams.
Yeah.
You're going to need to be a bit risky there. And
no, I agree.
all right. Who's up next here?
Malkin
Jeremy?
102.
Jeremy,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
the
up
next one up.
I'm up
Who are
next.
you lining up here?
So I like my D. I'll probably looking at another forward, and if I really like a goalie here, I'm big on waiting on goalies.
Is Demko still available?
Someone just picked Peter Mrazek in the 9th, which was interesting.
Thatcher Demko still on the board is incredible.
That's what I mean. I think Demko, and that's where he's going. Like, I really like him. He's the one goalie that I would maybe take a round ahead just to ensure I get him.
Yep.
But that's exactly what I'm going to go with here.
Also, analytics show that he's one of the best goalies in the league, and if the team turns it around for a points league, he's going to play a lot of games. They don't have a really solid backup, and he'll get lots of wins if the team turns it around.
And then I'm
Could be the
going
breakout
to
goalie
go
here.
with, I think, like Drew said, analytics-wise, I want a share of Jack Hughes this year.
Oh, wow.
I think that
Yeah.
like there's a lot of good stuff about him, and like he's obviously the future of this this Devils team, maybe he didn't have that good of a year of what people were expecting, but sort of like Lafreniere, like I see a bounce back this year.
I don't even want to make the McKinnon comparison because it
Yeah.
is a different world, but like struggling a little out the gate,
Yeah.
right? And then obviously you have some talent to
Yeah.
be a top end player for Jack Hughes.
I mean, in the end, lots of shots on goal too, right? So there's
Yeah.
a good floor there.
Avery does love the Russian from the Capitals, Samsonov. Seems to be drafting
who
him
he
in
ends
every
up
mock
with.
draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something going on there.
I don't
between
think
those
we
two.
do, which is why we always say his
Yeah.
teams aren't very good.
Yeah.
I don't mind Samsonov.
I think he's a good pick. I did see something come out that the Capitals are the most overrated team in the NHL.
Wow.
You know,
if they add McMichael and Lapierre and one of them breaks out, I don't understand how they're the most overrated.
yeah, it came out analytics wise, they're the most overrated team.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Most underrated
so
was Senators.
I'm going to go here with Kevin Fiala, a
Good
guy I
pick.
talked about in the Sleepers episode. 68-point pace over the last couple years. At this point, he's great. He plays left and right wing, right? Very flexible there for the lineup.
Yeah, and I'm going a little off the board. Not necessarily. I think hockey, it's just the ADP.
Yeah.
You know, you're able to reach a lot. D'Angelo,
Yep, good pick.
I know you're on him.
He's actually he's skating first line D pair.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And if they play him, like he's coming in, people know who he is. He's playing an offensive role. So I like Carolina. I've said that a few times where I'm comfortable with him reaching a round or two maybe, but then I need a right winger just to finish out my starters where I'm not really liking anyone on the board. This is a tough part with 30 seconds. It's hard to plan. But
It's 100% hard to plan.
yeah.
Pavelski?
And part of it was, okay, he's right there on the ADP. If he can give me some center eligibility too.
I don't love Pavelski this year. I feel like that's one of the guys that bounced back last year, but I don't see it continuing this year.
Yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of the pick.
Okay.
I'm struggling here picking at the beginning because I've been picking later in all
Yeah.
these mocks where I'm used to the opposite end of who you're getting here.
I'm up here. I'm deciding between Teuvo Teravainen and
You finally said the name right.
Tomas Hertl. If Hertl had right wing, I'd go with him. I think I'm just going to go with Teuvo.
Pick it. Good pick.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Teuvo Teravainen.
Round of applause for Drew.
A correct pronunciation.
Yeah.
Only took 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. I should have just not picked him. Then I wouldn't have had to fall into the trap of trying to pronounce his name.
That was our strategy.
So a guy that probably won't get here too, that he's 30, 40 later on the ADP, but Kotkaniemi for Carolina, where
Interesting.
they just go
Really?
up and down the board. Like again, we're not quite deep enough. Maybe we'll get there with bench, but I don't know. I feel like
he's just going to be amazing this year.
he's just it's a team that plays high tempo, which seems to be the game style he wants to play, coming from Montreal.
Yeah, Montreal's like boring.
Yeah.
And he played well in playoffs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Carolina, I don't know if the lines are solidified. Where
They're
That's
not. But
that's the
Teravainen
interesting
and
part.
Aho seem to have this amazing chemistry that makes me think they're definitely going to be on the
They're
same
gonna play
line.
together.
Even though it's not listed that way now, they definitely play the power play together, which is key, though. I'm really high on the Hurricanes this year. Pretty much every year.
have
except
a solid
Svechnikov,
squad.
but
I don't like Svechnikov
you
in
just
the
don't like
second
the
round
ADP,
at
right?
all.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You think he's going to go for 90 points this year all of a sudden?
I don't know. You look at that. Was it the rookie year? He was insane.
Yeah.
Or was it the year after his rookie?
I'm bringing it up just so I
It was
actually don't
he was
say
insane.
anything, but
he definitely took a step back last year, but his potential he showed.
That's just not a safe pick to me. I'd rather have Kaprizov all day.
Yeah.
Again, here's another thing. We've talked about this before, but avoid centers early because when you get into these like 10th, 11th, 12th rounds and you're forcing wing picks when there's so many good centers on the board, like Claude Giroux, Trocheck are still available, but when you already filled out your center spots and you have to force picks,
Yeah.
definitely wait on center.
Yeah, and that's even I don't know. I still like Zibanejad end of second, but it definitely, both my centers are solidified, right?
Yeah.
We've got them locked in. I get what you're saying.
They're just so much depth.
and it's made me panic on a few of these.
Oof, who am I going to go with? I'm going to get my goalie here. I'm going to go Carter Hart.
I thought you were going to take my guy.
No.
Grizzly Hart to finish out your. Does that finish out your starters?
No, I still need a right winger.
Still need a right winger.
Yes.
I haven't taken a fifth defenseman yet.
Well, you've got 4 good ones. Are you ever going to start them?
No, it's daily changes, right? So they all play on the bench.
Devin Tage was someone I almost picked there.
Yeah. No power play time, but an amazing
Yeah.
defenseman. There is literally nothing that is appealing for the next 20 names in defenseman here. Like I'm just gonna wait till I take Flyers at the end of the draft here. Like, not Philadelphia Flyers, but you know what I mean by Flyers.
I wouldn't be surprised
round
if you
Flyers.
pick some Flyers. Eh?
I'll probably take some Flyers.
Who are you going with here, Drew?
So I'm looking at a couple forwards, but also Jacob Markstrom is still available. Am I able to see Brody's team? Brody, do you have any goalies?
You just want.
I have one goalie.
I'm going to go with Markstrom.
That's not who I'm taking at goal. Go ahead.
It's okay. You need 2 goalies for this format on Yahoo. Markstrom, I think it's all one of our favorite sleeper goalies this year. Starts a ton of games. Flames should get some wins. He's the guy there. Like, you don't find many like solidified starters on decent teams this late in the draft.
I agree. I think 12th that's the thing. It's like, okay, so you want to commit to the 0 goalie strategy, but what happens if Markstrom gets taken in the 10th?
Okay, so then who was my backup goalie is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, who's your backup past 10th round?
My backup plan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of decent options here. Like, you can take guys like Jeremy Swayman, Alex Nedeljkovic.
Mackenzie Blackwood, do you like that pick?
I do like Mackenzie Blackwood. I think the
I was
Ducks will be all
going
right.
to see if you guys were going to say who I'm taking. I'm taking Tristan Jarry.
Okay, I hate that. Sorry,
Let's
it's
hear
my
why.
opinion.
I
think
why?
Tristan Jarry is a horrible goalie. And I think the Penguins without Crosby and without Malkin are going to be bad. And in getting wins
Without
is
Crosby.
is what matters. Isn't Crosby kind of banged up too? Wrist is hurt?
He should play, though.
So Yari, I think, didn't look like a great goalie last year. I
Not
still
a
like the
great
team enough to pick him.
I think the Smith could.
I think
start
he's
taking
going to see
starts.
volume. I
Yeah.
think it's his 2, though, right? True? Like, it's...
But will he see volume if he's not the best goalie? Like if Casey DeSmith, Casey Smith isn't great, but he might be better than Jarry. Like, I don't know.
I think Jarry, he's the guy. Like, they're not going away from him. Unless he literally plays horrendous in that.
And same thing, not as extreme.
Yeah.
Hart last year, where it's like they want to make it work.
Yeah, they made
get back in the right
like,
headspace.
Carter Hart was horrendous.
Let's see.
And they still
They've
played him.
shown talent up until that point.
I'm just
I went with
saying-
Strome on my other one, just very quick
Yeah.
on, especially with Drew's thought of subbing guys in and out every week. All of my forwards, aside from McDavid and Zibanejad, just 2 positions, center right wing, where they can play in multiple slots, get the most out of your guys. And I like the Rangers this year.
I had a tough choice there between Trocheck and Giroux. Very similar profiles. Just one with Trocheck, like you guys said earlier, stacking players from the same team.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Teravainen, play on the same line, and then I get some double fantasy points when we set each other
love
up.
that.
Yep.
I think someone that's going really late, I hope he gets to me, but Garland is insanely
Garland.
low. Like, he's
Yeah.
still there, but
I
he's
feel-
still low. Like, I feel
forget.
like it's even like, am I reaching if I'm taking him in the 13th?
Where
like,
is
this
he
is the
here?
guy.
What round are we in?
We're in the 13th. It's crazy. Like,
You're
I
not
can't-
reaching.
Like, that's who I'm going to go with here, but I think it's still like
Where is it? I can't even find him. Like, how deep is he
174.
buried? Holy shit.
174. Wow. Laugh still on the board. I know
Not a fan.
Brody
I think
likes him.
Brody's a fan of him.
Yeah, high on the Rangers.
I think
If I
he's
can
going to
get
be
him,
given
I
every
get him.
opportunity to succeed.
Exactly. Same idea with your Jack Hughes pick
Yeah.
of like,
Uh-huh.
okay, he's got talent. We know it. There's a reason why you were taken where you were coming into the league. Let's make it work.
He dominated.
We're on the same page here, Drew. Or
Yeah.
Me and Drew are
Drew's
not on the same page.
me and Drew are
We
rookie
are not
hater.
on the same page.
Me and
Rookie
Brody
hater.
do not have. Are not
Drew
aligned.
hates rookies and anyone who
Whoa, do not hate
has a better
rookies.
player on his line.
I don't hate rookies.
The
I
thing
don't
is,
like
he
the
usually
sophomores
is
that
high
struggled
on
as rookies. I don't like the sophomores that struggled as rookies taking in the first like 10 rounds. Definitely don't like that. But I love taking rookies the last couple picks. You love upside, right? Like that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. Drew.
What did I do? Except for make amazing picks in this mock draft.
We will not be taking Evander Kane
Disavow.
this draft, that's for sure. But you got hated on for that DeBrincat take.
Still, I don't know. I just agree with my old take. I'm not taking it back. I don't think
okay.
he's amazing on
You're a
his
man
own.
of your word.
I get the thought of like, because you got to think too. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be changes. And if you think there's someone who like relies on someone else, I get that. I just don't think DeBrincat needs Kane to produce.
I did look into the analytics, and it showed that he was pretty good, but it also showed him pretty good as playing with Kane the entire time. There's nothing to like isolate him away from Kane that I could see. I don't know.
And I think there ones
he's a
too
sniper,
looking
secure
like.
sniper.
Look at this pick here, boys.
I'd rather have Kaprizov and Gensel though. All
Can you
day.
I have a
pronounce that
young
one?
team.
Kaprizov?
I have a young team.
Kaprizov,
Oh,
Kaprizov.
Jared's just last pick.
Stutzel.
Tim Stutzel. There's an E here. There's not usually an E.
Yeah, it seems like there's an extra E going on here.
They definitely spelled it right. You guys have to be wrong.
I don't know.
It's you with the 2 dots above it normally, but I think the way you spell it without the 2 dots is adding the E. I don't know. That's my guess.
Am I crazy to pick him there?
No.
Like, is that like?
Not at all. But Oliver Borkstrand is still available.
It's spelled different as player card too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you guys are right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I think Oliver Borkstrand, it might be the steal of the draft season. I hope he's there in 5 picks for me.
You're obsessed with them.
Not obsessed.
You're high on Blue Jackets too, Drew.
No, not Blue Jackets overall, just Borkstrand.
Okay. We talked about Drake Batherson. He'll be someone else on the Sens that I'll be targeting late.
Yeah. I
So
can't
again,
believe-
going back to their offense, so you just think they produce more than what everyone's saying.
Yeah, I think Ottawa. I think the good thing about Ottawa is they don't really have someone who's going to like get a point a game, and they didn't last year either. So you see a very balanced lineup, especially the first and second line. I feel like we see balanced production. So like I'll take the guys on the second line if I can get them late. Like even Connor Brown's a guy who's going to be on that second line. I don't see him drop into the third.
No.
So you can expect like a 30 or whatever 40 point from him, 40, 50. But like I don't think we see like the guys who are going. Like, I guess you have Norris there, too, as well. Then you have Drake Batherson. Like, they're very good. They're all going to be in the same range. The only one who might be above is Brady Tkachuk. But if he's playing to a level, everyone on his line is going. That's why Drake Batherson, like, I think pairing him up with Brady is a nice stack.
Yeah.
If you get Brady in the first second, like, I think you should draft Drake
That's
Batherson.
a very fun stack, too.
That is fun.
I went with Giroux, made it all the way back around, just like Kopitar. Maybe I'm missing something.
I think it's a good pick. I went with Lafreniere.
Yep.
We just talked about it. Want him on my team.
Can't believe
Could see the
14th
upside.
round. Like, I'd take
Yeah.
that. I really would. The upside is there.
I'd rather have Giroux.
And Jeremy Swayman. I need a third goalie. I think it makes sense. Sub them in and out. If
Yeah,
Rask
like you
is up in
said,
the air.
the issues with potentially your second goalie,
Yeah.
right? Pair up with Swayman. Swayman might take over. You never
Yep.
know.
And that's even like, yeah, not much more to say. I think he's a solid pick at this point.
Okay, so I've ignored the 5th defenseman so long. I'm going to ignore him for another round and take Borkstrand.
I think as you're doing that, we can talk about that, but Taves right before too. I think Taves is he's obviously interesting this year, like coming off of not playing. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on
Gianni is huge on Taves. He had
Yeah.
a must-draft center.
I think Taves as a guy is someone who you just expect to rebound. Like what you know about his personality, at least
Yeah.
what we think. We don't know the guys, but like just how everyone talks about Taves, he seems like the type of guy that would take this seriously and coming back and like is coming back at his top form.
I'm worried, though, like the
An
long-term
entire
health
year of
concerns.
no hockey.
Yeah, and the long-term health concerns, like he might miss more time. He also is currently listed on the 3rd line. So
Yeah. So I guess Kirby Doc going right after.
Yeah.
You guys like
and
Doc
also
more?
Tyler.
I don't know,
I'd
but
rather
now
have
there's
Doc.
talks Tyler Johnson's taken over.
Yeah.
I'd still rather have Doc than
But
Taves.
I definitely,
I can't take any more forwards, so Jesse Puljujarvi and Joel Farabee still available. Those are great late rounds like stabs at wingers for sure. Where are you guys going with your next pick?
I'm probably gonna go with a defenseman here to be on my bench.
There's only
Yeah,
4
that's what I
bench
need
spots
too.
here.
Someone that has upside. I think I like in a points league. We talked about this. I like Noah Dobson. Categories league, I don't like Dobson, but
Yeah.
in points league, I do like Dobson.
Yeah, and right now
Batherson
it's
here.
the first
Yeah.
guy you're dropping if it doesn't work out, right?
Yeah, and then I'm going to end it off with Batherson. He was so hot to end the year that I think that he just carries that momentum into this year.
They're forcing me to take a second goalie, I guess, eh? The way this is set up. I can't take another bench player.
Why would you go in with one goalie?
I wouldn't. I'm just saying the way the roster is constructed.
I thought
in
you were
this
saying it
Yahoo
like you
lobby.
don't want to pick a goalie.
No,
but you have
like
to.
there's only 4 bench spots.
Yeah.
I would never consider taking a second goalie yet, but considering that's the only spot I have open in my roster based on the construction of this mock draft, I have to take him. That's what I'm saying, I guess.
I don't know what to do with mine. I know I'm going with a defenseman, but
There's not much there. I was looking at PP one time with who's left.
like I think it's someone I'm potentially dropping. There is upside where I'm probably going Bowen Byram, just on the thought of
Him being
like McCarr did miss some time last year. If
Yeah.
it really does happen, you could see him slotting into PP1 instead of PP2.
a
And
good thought.
Colorado is a juggernaut.
No, yeah.
So like
for sure.
he should be in situations to, put it out there offensively.
No, I agree.
Any of these last ones surprising you guys? I think it's all just kind of the Flyers that have high upside.
No, I agree. I think that, I'm looking at upside here. I know Drew's got to take a goalie here, but I think he's just going to look for someone who's going to get him starts. It's not going to be his third goalie.
Gibson,
Yeah.
Mike Smith, or Nedeljkovic. Probably going to go with, I don't even know. Mike Smith, I guess.
Fuck, man. I like Mike Smith as a third goalie. I think I
Wins-
like John Gibson more than Mike Smith,
But
to be
in a
honest.
wins league, right? Oilers are way better than
Yeah. No,
than
I
the
agree.
Ducks, so I
Yeah.
gotta go with Mike Smith.
I just almost think that Mike Smith just might lose his spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the
Wait,
only worry.
No, the worry is not lose a spot. The worry is
If
he's bad, but he's still better than
Yeah,
Koskinen.
Koskinen,
Because
yeah.
Koskinen is horrible.
he straight up just lost his spot last year.
I don't think he can. Yeah, Koskinen's not going to take the spot, but Mike Smith might be bad and still better than Koskinen.
Yeah.
That's how bad the Oilers' goalie situation is. They need Stuart Skinner to step up, or they need to trade for a goalie.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like one of the Kudobin or someone from Dallas. They got 4.
Yeah.
Let us have one here.
Just
Yes.
give one to
In the
give one
city
to
of
Drew,
champions.
so we can
Oilers
get
need
the
a goalie.
jersey of that goalie, right?
No, I would
Bring it
still
all
go
back
with
to the
Yessi.
beginning.
All right, so that's our mock draft.
Let's talk about who won. Let's talk about the picks here.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeremy, about your draft?
I think it's interesting that I did the Boston stack of Bergeron, Marchand. I think that, I think people should consider that when they're thinking, especially if
Yeah.
I'm taking a guy in the first 3 rounds and there's a guy in that line who's getting drafted late. Think about that stack for the bench, even.
Yeah.
Right? That line's performing. He is going to perform with him.
Yeah.
Especially in plus-minus leagues, I think, too. Like, if a guy's scoring a lot of goals, you take the nobody who's on that line, he's going to get a plus at the very least
Yep.
when they score.
Yeah.
So I think that was interesting here. I think goalies-wise, I sort of did the 0 goalie strategy. Demko in the 9th, I think that's really solid.
That's perfect.
I'll probably be getting him to ensure I get him maybe the 8th
Yep.
to make. And if I'm actually in a draft, Jason Robinson I really like too. And then pretty much I like my decor. I don't think I have anything. I guess Quinn Hughes, Miro Heis, we talked about Heiskanen and the downfalls, but I still like Heiskanen. I think
Yeah.
he puts up good points this year and takes another step up. Drew,
Okay.
Let's
All
hear
right,
it.
So this
hear
is
it.
probably the best mock draft I've done so far in the preseason, in my opinion.
wow,
I love it. Like this is the blueprint. If I'm gonna do a blueprint draft, this is my blueprint draft.
Okay.
Started Draisaitl and Kaprizov, nailed down some solid high upside forwards. Right. I mean high upside, 2 of the best players in the league. and then pivot to 4 straight defensemen: Dougie Hamilton, Roman Josi, Shea Theodore, Chris Letang. You can see here all these guys are projected for more than 200 shots on net, for 20 power play points, for about 60 like real NHL points. That's so rare. And then the forwards I was able to get late for my bench: Kopitar, Trocheck, Giroux, and Borkstrand. You can't get defensemen of that quality late. So like I've said a million times, take the defenseman early, maximize the points you can get from those slots in your lineup, because you can get solid forwards late.
What about, you've said, so you went with Letang. You've always cautioned us on the injury concern.
Oh, he's
Are
my
you not
fourth,
worried saying he's your 4th guy? You didn't take anyone else.
Oh, well,
And the depth of those later guys that you just mentioned.
So if this league had more bench spots, the next 2 or 3 spots would be used on defensemen, and then I can sub them in and out every day. But like Letang, my injury worry is that he's a lot of people's first or second D that take forward early. That concerns me. As my 4th D, I'm not that concerned. The upside's there as a 4th D.
Fair enough.
Okay.
What do you think of your team, Brody?
I don't really like my draft. I think I've been used to drafting where Jeremy's going, or back there, where it's you kind of, at least for the first like 4 or 5 rounds, you start to see kind of the same names coming up, just because there is some sort of like, you know, if a guy's going 30th, his range is around there, right?
Oh yeah, I agree.
So obviously, if you pick first, if you're lucky enough, you get McDavid, which just gives you such an edge to begin with. Like, you've got 20, 25 points probably on everyone, even the other top guys, especially.
Crazy.
And then that drop off of like, Barkov's great. It's great you got him, but McDavid's probably 30 to 40 more points this year.
Yes.
So I like that part, but then I don't really like, I felt pressured. I like Svechnikov. I like my first 3 rounds. Shirkston, I ran out of time. Don't know what I'm doing. I don't like him that early, even though I'm high on New York. Similar to, like, I'm not against Drew's idea of getting D early. I like to do it. I'm just not trying to necessarily force it there. So I still have 4 by the 10th round where I'm comfortable with them. Like, it's all 4 guys that have distinguished roles. PP1 guys. I know we've talked about McAvoy versus Grzelcyk. We'll see what happens there, but Boston's obviously a powerhouse for the most part, and McAvoy does play with them regularly.
The issue is if Grzelcyk is first power play.
Yeah.
We don't know that for sure.
Yeah,
if
no.
McAvoy has that power play spot.
I think they'll give it. It's like his to lose, though. I know we've talked about it, but another guy
Chabot and
they want to
D'Angelo
succeed.
are great values.
And then, you know, the reason I don't go as extreme as Drew, but I still like it, then you can, you know, you get all these guys with potential higher upside. So Ryan Strome, Alex Lafreniere, where, you know, no one's shocked if they become, maybe not point per game players, I don't want to say that, but like if Lafreniere has a 70-point season, no one's surprised. The narrative just changes to, well, he was the first overall pick. Struggled as a rookie with COVID, now he's good.
I agree.
And I think getting the D early-ish allow you to do that. So overall, I guess I don't hate it. Don't love my team, though.
Okay.
If you look at the Yahoo projected here, Gavin apparently drafted a beast of a team. And then it has me 2nd, Jared 4th, Avery 6th, Brody 9, Jeremy 11, T-Mac 12.
The thing
This
is
is pretty
true.
disrespectful to you here, Jeremy.
It's projections, right?
Yeah, projections.
Last time I checked, projections doesn't win you championships.
It does
but,
not.
Okay. That's the end of the mock draft. Make sure you join the giveaway. Ownersbox.com, promo code NHL10, free entry. Send us your username at Ownersbox, and you will be entered jersey of your choice.
Yeah.
While you're at it, maybe even send us what jersey you would like.
Yeah.
But enter the giveaway, and we will see you next week.